Free.
Thank you, Lord, for this morning. One, thank you for the gift of life. Thank you for the gift of friendship. Want to pray that whatever we are going to say in this hall brings glory to your name. In Jesus' name, I've prayed.
I would like to welcome everyone who has sacrificed his time and left whatever he or she was doing to come and be with me for my book launch. I greatly appreciate your sacrifice and commitment to ensuring a better world. Most importantly, I'm honored to be with Honorable Alex Rukunda as the chief guest launcher for my book, and being willing to come and grace my function. Thank you so much, Honorable, for sparing your time to come and do that. Next, I would like to thank the Office of the Commissioner General. When I approached them, they promised, we don't know if we will have time because of different engagements, but I'm so privileged to say that the Office of the Commissioner General has sent a representative who is the Commissioner of Prisons, Moses. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate your honor. On another note, I would like to thank our friends like Amoti, like Akiki, Honorable Akiki Rose Verungi Kamuntu. She has a very busy schedule, but of all, she sacrificed her time to be with me. Thank you so much, Auntie. And thank you for supporting me always as a mother and as a parent. On another note, Right Honorable Speaker of Pan-African Parliament, Honorable Andrew Rumba Ateni, thank you, because this function wouldn't have happened without your courage. He has stood with me at all costs, and wherever things never went well, I will call him. Thank you so much. Atwaki Clovis Irumba is our childhood friend at home, and I've taken a decade almost without seeing him, but when I called him, he never hesitated. He has a very tight program, but he had to cut others, the meetings and others, to say that he's with me. Thank you so much. Afande Lieutenant Kanchiriho Kivuna is a friend and a comrade. Thank you for sacrificing and leaving whatever you are doing to be with me. My brother Apollo Charles Kamgasa, Apollo, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Amoti Helen Titi Shwanda. She's also an author on positive parenting and some other books, around 3-4 books. So she's also mindful at bringing up a responsible community, and developing our people through mindset change. And Ninsima, my sister Ninsima Rebecca, thank you. I greatly appreciate everything. So my brothers and sisters whom we have arranged the function together, others have not managed to be here because of school. Then on a sad note, I lost my auntie yesterday but one night. So the whole family has gone in the village on a sad note. So we are unable to have all of them, but you are the brothers and sisters and parents that I have to grace my function, and it will go on. On an inspirational note, I would like to thank God, because this function would have not happened without the help of some partners. Like I wrote to different stakeholders, ministries, but I thank Bank of Uganda, because the governor, when he saw the book we read through, he said the book is good and it's not about you, it is about developing our country. So he was able and paid half of all service providers. He said, I'm paying for you the balance of all the service providers. I greatly appreciate that parental love and care and the zeal to develop our country through displaying of knowledge to our people. So for that matter, I'm going direct to become a successful youth. As a younger scholar, I grew loving research, and through the love of research, that's how we came to know my friend Honorable Alex Ruhunda, almost a decade and a half back. And we became friends. He became my role model, and he mentored me to be who I am. And today, as I'm launching this book, there are very many parents, there are very many friends who have contributed to this book, but they don't know. So I thank them all. Others I have acknowledged, but the list is big. You cannot acknowledge everyone. So on a Pan-African note, I've always loved my country, and I felt there is nothing I could do much. I didn't have money to help everybody who was in need. That was in Fort Potro municipality. We walked 1,600 homes to study how our families were faring financially and the challenges they were having. On the administrative note, he took a firm decision to provide the electricity for the people, water, to ensure that these people who were moving 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers to go and cut hair, to go and access electricity, to charge their phones, can have this electricity at every household. And so that at least every 10, 20 households can have their own trading center, because they have electricity. They can start their own small production or small scale production. And to me, I realized the technical leaders had a big role to play, but most of the work of the roles they could play was to teach people what to do and how. But due to different challenges, people would forget, and at the end of it all, they failed to achieve according to the expectations of the country. So to me, based on the research we did on human per capita income per household, I offered to write a book to help our leaders to implement all the government plans effectively, so that we can develop individuals and at family level or at a personal level. And that's how I came up with this. This book teaches on become a successful you is built on moral and spiritual values of success. It teaches on realistic goal setting and breaks the goals into different types, and the immediate, midterm, and long term. Then guides one on how to monitor and evaluate his or her own goals to achieve the desired results. Then teaches on savings, how to save, why we don't save, and how to develop a saving culture. Then it teaches on budgeting and how to create a budget, and how a budget can help one avoid unnecessary expenditure. Teaches on financial literacy. When you have any job, you are earning money. So on financial literacy, it teaches on how to make money, invest it wisely, and take right decisions when you have that money. And it touches also on attitude and mindset change. So this has been our problem. Our way of thinking determines how far we can succeed. So through this 14 years research, I've been able to come up with the solutions, both to help one achieve his desired goals in life, at family level, at career level, and in the community. With this book, you will have very many ideas, but the success you are going to get is not in the pages. It is on the actions you take on what you read. This book is an action book, so once you read and implement the ideas you have been given, the sky is only the limit. I will have not much to say at this moment because of time interest, but I would like to thank everyone that this book will change your lives. Give it a chance, read it, and act on what you read from this book. I promise you, the sky will only be the limit. And to everyone out there, you can check in all bookshops, Aristotle, Uganda Bookshop, Angelina, Daughters of St. Paul, Ankole Bookshop, Uganda Bookshop in Fort Portal, and SS Mugasa and Company, also in Fort Portal. You will get these books, and to the leaders especially, information in here can help you to can help the leaders to teach their subjects so that they can groom a responsible community and transform people's lives efficiently and quickly. So with that, I thank you. I thank everyone for coming to be with me and gracing my launch. Thank you so much. Before I leave the platform, I think chairman organizing team can come and give a speech, because it's been a journey, and through his hands and all other scholars, I have managed to make it. I can't miss an opportunity to call him to say a word.
The Honorable Alex Ruhunda, Member of Parliament for Poto Tourism City, the representative of the Commissioner General of Uganda Prisons, Afande Kamugisha, my senior elder, and very good friend, Miss Rosemary Kamuntu, who works with General Salim Saleh. Afande Kanchiriho Kivuna from the Marine Forces, my brother, thank you for coming. And my elder brother, Mr. Irumba Clovis Bakanteli Atuoki, thank you for coming as well. Distinguished leaders, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's afternoon, sorry. I stand before you today not just as the speaker of the Pan-African Pyramid, but as a proud witness to the power of knowledge, the power of discipline, and the perseverance embodied by one of our very own, Lieutenant Patrick Kanyemera Akiki. Today, we celebrate not only the launch of his book, Become a Successful You, the values, nationalism, and resilience, and not forgetting self-determination. If you're looking for self-determination, look no further. Look at Afande Patrick Kanyemera. Lieutenant Kanyemera is not just a soldier of the battlefield, he's also a soldier of the mind, a warrior in the fight against ignorance, complacency, and self-doubt. His book is a testament to the idea that true success is not a destination, but a journey. One that requires discipline, self-awareness, and an unwavering commitment to self-improvement. Through Become a Successful You, he has penned a manual for transformation, urging young Africans to embrace their potential, unlock their inner strength, and rise above adversity. He reminds us that the success is not a gift given to the privileged few, but a reward earned through hard work, determination, and faith in oneself. This book is not just about personal development, it's a call to action for all Africans. It speaks to the heart of Pan-Africanism, urging us to break free from mental chains, to believe in the dignity of our identity, and to embrace a future built by our own hands. It reminds us that Africa's greatness lies in the power of its people, in the resilience of its youth, and in the collective spirit that unites us beyond borders, beyond tribes, beyond the limits imposed upon us by history. Lieutenant Kanyemera has demonstrated that being a patriot is not just about wearing the uniform, it's about serving your nation with wisdom, with words and with deeds. He has shown us that perseverance is not just about enduring hardship, but about using every struggle as a stepping stone to greatness. As the Pan-African Pyramid, we believe in the principles of intellectual liberation, African unity, and self-determination. This book aligns perfectly with our vision. I encourage every young African, every aspiring leader, and every dreamer to read Become a Successful You. Let it inspire you, challenge you, and transform you into the person you are destined to become. To Lieutenant Patrick Kanyemera, my brother, we salute you not just as a soldier of the UPDF, but as a soldier of knowledge, of wisdom, and of progress. May your book ignite a fire in the hearts of many, and may your words continue to shape minds and change lives. Long live the spirit of Pan-Africanism, long live Uganda, and long live Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, I just have to add just two words. One, when Lieutenant Kanyemera called me and asked me to work with him on this launch, there are things that I told him that he should never worry about. I have been in this struggle of Pan-Africans for about 11 years now, and I've been mobilizing the young people. I just came from Burkina Faso the other day, 3 weeks ago. I was in Rwanda, I was in Tanzania. There is a problem in our young people that if you had called a musical show the first people that would report at that musical show would be the young people. But what are they coming to learn compared to what we would learn from here? So I told Patrick Kanyama that don't worry about the audience. Don't worry about the numbers. Deliver your message and the message will reach. I have learned a lot from my elders, Martin Luther King Jr. When he was starting the struggle to liberate Africans, some of them in the United States were actually working against Martin Luther King. Some of them. He was working to liberate them. They were working to ensure that he dies early. Martin Luther. In fact, some people say what killed him partly was also a collaboration between those who wanted to kill him, but also his own blacks. They had a plan and they participated in his execution. What he was preaching at that time, very few people would pay attention, including the sweepers whom he was fighting for. They only understood his importance long time after he had died. And today Martin Luther's message makes even more sense. So I want to encourage my brother Patrick Kanyamira. Don't give up. Don't give up. Africans, somebody said, if you want to hide information from them, put it in that book. Put it in the book. They will not read it. So I am never discouraged by certain situations. In fact, I am ever more emboldened to a realization that we still have a long journey, me and you, Mr. Patrick, to work together. I thank you. Having said that, let me take the opportunity to invite a man who actually nurtured me indirectly, but he didn't know until we met. I would read a lot about him, and I thought he was so difficult to meet. When I met him, I wanted assistance from him, not even money. And some people, when he was starting the Pan-African Pyramid, whenever I made an advance to meet them, one thing they would look at is, I don't have money, so I will not meet you. When I met this gentleman, we actually sat as if we were equals, yet actually I was feeling a bit small. But we discussed like we were equals. And that gave me confidence. I now opened up and told him what my dream was. And his only question was, when do you want to begin? And the rest is history. But also, I have read a lot of information about his works in Toro and the country at large. He has touched so many people. He has touched so many youth. People I have spoken to that they have never been told have given me so many testimonies about his good deeds. And that man is none other than the Honorable Alex Ruhunda Akiki, the Member of Parliament for Poto Tourism City. I want to take this opportunity to invite you to this podium, Honorable Alex, to come and give your speech.
I'm honored this special day to be a chief launcher of a book from my son, Akiki Kanyamera, who has made me very proud. And I want to congratulate you for this achievement. I will not go into protocol, but all the dignitaries who are here in your respective capacities, and all the lovers of knowledge who have turned up. This is a qualitative event, so anyone who values quality is here. So, and I scanned through this book. I wondered whether Lieutenant Kanyemera was writing about me. Because a lot of what is in this book, actually, I live by it. So I think you put a lens into me, and you have produced a very good book that talks about me. I think I will put a Ruhunda somewhere. So I'm very, very impressed that one, of course I knew Kanyemera when he was still a young boy, and I liked him because of his curiosity. When he came to my office in 2009, I looked at this young boy and I created space where I can make many of these young youth feel comfortable with me. But what was very important is to know how much aspirations and desires that these young guys have. So when I saw Kanyemera, I looked at a young, enthusiastic boy and who needed to be lifted. And I asked him what he wanted. And of course, the rest is history, because I supported his education, and now this is the fruit which we are benefiting from that. I think I'm the happiest guy here. I've always passed a message to many young persons that what transforms nations, it starts with individuals. The individual actions that build, that focus on the future is what actually creates greater nations. So you don't just wake up one day and you see development. No, there are individuals who think, who dream, and who put into action their dreams, and out of their dreams, the majority benefit. So it is that type of personalities that we need, and we must protect and promote. So when you have a writer, a thinker like Kanyemera, Lieutenant Kanyemera, is supposed to be encouraged. We are supposed to protect him and make him realize the greatness that is reflected in this book. So it is our duty to ensure that Kanyemera continues with his dreams of writing as many books as possible to add value to our continent and to Uganda in particular. I've always tasked them, because many of these young people, they think other people owe them a living. But I usually tell them that they must work for their success. So nobody owes you. It is you who owes. You have a big debt within your life, and it is you to determine the type of life that you will lead. So you don't need to work for other people, but you must work to satisfy your inner desires, or else you will die a frustrated being. So the first is for you to be happy with yourself. When you are happy with yourself, then you become productive, because you must love yourself first, and you must value yourself And when you do that, then you become a successful being. But the moment you think of pleasing other people and working for other people to be happy, then you have what we call mental slavery. So what I have been doing to the many of the younger people is liberating them intellectually, because you need that intellectual freedom to think and be useful for the universe. And I have always encouraged them that they should not think that knowledge, the God-given knowledge that is bestowed to Caucasians or Chinese or Japanese, I've always told them that God gave us this brain, and it is up to how much you put it into use that then you can see the glory of living. So do not think, because one of my biggest problems I have had is how we have been oriented to think that all the good things in this universe, they are not ours as black people. So we think any good thing, we think it is for Europeans, Americans, and of recent Chinese. No. We are equally entitled to have the best benefits on this planet Earth. Equally. So the moment you have that foundation, you will never be scared of pushing for bigger things, because it is the brain. The brain is inelastic, and one of the fundamental tools for success is research. So I'm always ruled by knowledge. I am not ruled by any other thing. I am ruled by knowledge. I know that God created me as a spiritual being, and I cannot disturb God about that, because that was the design of God. I am a spiritual being and I have to glorify God, but then I cannot go to disturb God when actually in His design God gave me the brain to solve problems. So whatever challenge that confronts you, it means that God has given you the capacity of addressing it. So a challenge becomes an opportunity. So me, I'm never scared of challenges. And that's why even when I'm going for every election, I am never scared about that. I know it is a process that I have to go through, but I must engage with the people. And they have to understand me and the mission that we are trying to do together. So why should you be scared of an election? Because it is the people who have to. It's a social contract between a leader and the people. And that means you must be able to address the people's needs. And you do that through knowledge, by looking for solutions across the horizons. So I have been behind so many knowledge entities, and one of the entity I'm very proud of is the Mountains of the Moon University, where in 2002, when I was a young guy in my research organization, KRC, the elders tasked me to see how this university gets on the ground. And I looked around. I had some savings in KRC that I was doing through research, and I used that money. I paid for the staff who started the university for 6 full months using the resources from my organization. And out of that, when the Kanyemera arrived, I said, go to that university. So he's a product of the Mountains of the Moon University. So you can see, because as a young guy, I could have used that money for my own development, my personal interests. But I was looking at the bigger picture, because we can only liberate this nation through intellectual liberty, by giving productive knowledge, the knowledge that fixes and not the knowledge that laments. So I don't hobnob with the lamenters, because lamenters, they wear you out. Because every time you are engaging and somebody is just lamenting, then is not offering you energy. So whatever people I link with, they are those who solve problems. They are those who have the willingness to solve. And Kanyemera is one of those guys that I'm proud of, that has taken that path. So I think we will, in the honor of the university, the mountains of the Moon University, I will talk to the Vice Chancellor such that we do a launch of this book in Fort Portal. So it must be given visibility. And I am going to take that up. To the new friends who have gotten to know me, I am happy that you have known a little bit about me today. And I think we are going to be great friends, because what has brought you is what I value deep in my heart. So we are comrades in the knowledge struggle that has to improve our livelihood. And having a soldier, and that is where I would like to salute the UPDF. I had convinced my friend, Honorable Both, to come and be the chief launcher, and unfortunately he got some challenges that could not enable him to be here. Because he said, I don't need to come and launch a book of my son. I wanted somebody else to come and launch it. But nevertheless, through his aid, they called me yesterday and he said, but you man, of course he didn't know my relationship with the Lieutenant Kanyemera. He said, please can you stand in for me, you go and launch that book. And in Rutoro we say, Osindikera Stamere. Yeah, so when you are sending, when you are squatting, then it is very easy to land, isn't it? So I said, I will certainly do that. So I want Kanyemera to come, Lieutenant Kanyemera Akiki. I want to first congratulate you.
Thank you, Akiki.
Yeah, thank you for making me proud. I don't know whether, because you've written also about love in this book, I don't know whether you have a lover that could have been on your side here as we launched this book, but nevertheless, since you have written about family love in this book, I know that you are having someone. But congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And this is a book that become a successful you. And all that I have said in summary is what is embedded in this book. And now I take the honor of officially launching this book. I've put a token of 500,000 on your line. And I am a good marketeer, so wherever I'm going to be the champion of marketing this book. I will make sure that KRC as an organization, where you did your internship and you learned a lot, it will have also to promote this book, and we use other avenues to move this book forward. But like you said, that the sky is the starting point, and I think in your journey, road journey of writing books, this is now the starting point. Yes. We are going to see as many books as possible, and I salute you for that. I have to say that many writers of books actually don't have families. The thinkers and the early writers, they need space to think and write. So many of them, when you go in history to read about their lifestyle, they are not family guys, because it needs a lot of time and concentration to produce a book of this type. And if you have somebody who needs attention all the time, then you have no time to write. So that could explain why you don't have somebody here. I congratulate you and I wish you good luck.
Thank you, Akiki. But on the side of family, though we have taken years, he's busy here and also being on duty out of the country. But I'm back now. Akiki, you have a grandson.
Oh.
And I have a wife and one boy. He's 1.5 now. So I'm honored, though, due to family challenge, she remained the other side and was able to represent them here. Next time, I promise we will be together and hold each other's hands.
Okay, may I take this opportunity to invite whoever has a special message in line with the launch of this book to come and deliver it officially.
Good afternoon. I'm happy to announce the contribution of the Commissioner General of Prisons, 700,000 shillings, and I have it in cash.
Okay, you can take a photo moment. So anybody who would love it.
There was a house being built nearby, a stone throw away. And what separated my home and that house was the boundary I've talked about, the Kiyomi resident boundary. As I was there trying to stabilize and understand the environment, came a young man with 2 sons. One of the sons was called David, and another one was called Patrick. And Patrick is the gentleman standing right here beside me. We grew up, I started my primary school, and I had a very connection with the dad, Mr. Babarak Lovis, a man full of love and passion for knowledge. You may never meet him at his place, but if you did, you could sit with him literally for a whole week as he talks about life stories. That gentleman, I'm not surprised, gave birth to a son who is equally passionate about writing and knowledge. I'd like to congratulate you, Lieutenant Patrick Kanyemera, for a very good job done. I'd like to thank with a lot of passion again, Honorable Alex Ruhunda, for the overview you have given in terms of the formative stages of Patrick. We didn't know, and as you rightly said, knowledge is power. It is important to understand these things so that one, they inspire us, but two, we also get to understand the important role certain leaders have played in our community and in the development of our country. I particularly like to the point of lamentation, and you saw me almost laughing. I honestly hate lamentation. Anyone who comes complaining and making noise, I never sit near them. And therefore it was my pleasure to join this ceremony to testify that there are people who actually think like I do. And I believe together we can create a critical mass and be able to steer our country in the right direction. Unfortunately, the people who lament a lot usually have a lot of airtime because their work is to lament. People who don't lament are busy doing things. So I don't know what honorable we should do in order to show people that actually action is better than words. Because when you have a lot of action, you will not get the required airtime to demonstrate the action. Now, finally, my brother Andrew talked about if you want to hide information to an African, you put it in a book. And it is very, very true. The notion is true, but what do we do? You have not hidden your information. Please, as the Honorable Alex has committed, we are going to ensure we market this book so that people are able to read. On that note, I'll go away with the 3 copies as my contribution to this. And I will start with my own children so that they read that book and get inspired to do the same. I thank you very much.
Very good. Any other person who would love?
I'm Helen Shwanda, for those of you who came a bit late. I'm a retired civil servant, but not tired. I've worked with the East African Court of Justice, Arusha, for the last 14 years, and I came in last year. So I'm just beginning a new season of life. And let me go back to the author. This is my nephew, because her auntie was my matron, I think 30 years ago when I was getting married. And we have been in touch with her auntie all the time. So I got to know him recently when we met as writers in Aristotle. And then we share a platform of writers. That's how I came to know about these functions. So, you know, birds of a feather. We are birds of a feather. And to talk about what Honorable Alex talked about, we have a problem as our country. Youth are not reading. Even if you wrote something that is good, it will not be known to them. So I think we need to talk loud about intellectual knowledge. And I couldn't miss this because I can relate to the author. And writing is not a mean feat. It takes energy, it takes resources. By the time you publish, you have spent a lot of money. So I have to congratulate you for this great work, Lieutenant Patrick, my nephew.
Thank you.
And I've already got a copy, but in appreciation of what you've done, I'm going to take an extra copy for my children. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
I'm also born of vocabulary, Lieutenant Kanyemera is my childhood friend. We went through the same school. We are very close friends. I'm here just to congratulate him upon this great milestone. I'm very happy that you've written a very inspirational book. Indeed, if someone read it, it will also inspire in his personal life and if you are looking at growth and development. I'm an economist, but the book is very inspirational because it is 360 degrees all around social, economic, and name it. So I encourage you to read it. I've already bought one copy. I'll take more 4 copies.
Very good.
Thank you, and wish you the best. Thank you.
Because Alex has done amazing things. As we're growing up, we're here in Colorado, and he finished university and he spent only 1 day at home. His auntie, my mother, his big sister of his late mother, would always tell him, "But Alex, why did you stay with me?" Because we loved him so much. He was one of our youngest. But he would stay one day and opt for a bottle. "No, doctor, I have to go home. I have to go home and go around our people." So he has been a leader right from a young age, and we thank God for that. Lieutenant Akiki, I thank you, and thank you so much for what you've done. You have not let us down, and you've made my brother proud. And I had already taken one book, but I'll take 2 more. I'll give them as gifts and actually advertise. There's a sister of ours, the accounting officer, Ministry of Defense. I'm going to give her a copy so that maybe she will encourage her more books. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I had also bought 2 books long time ago. I was among the first people he served books when he printed them. I actually bought my very first 2 copies signed by him. But for the sake of this function, let me also copy my elder sister and buy 2 more copies, and I will also donate them to our friends. We will take it upon ourselves to sell this idea to our Pan-African networks to ensure that even after here, the selling of these copies will just continue. With those few words, I want to thank you, Afande Kanyemere.
Thank you so much.